Hey everybody, Clay, the very average gamer, coming to you once again. We're doing some more Marvel vs. Capcom. Um, just a real quick disclaimer: this video I go through all of the Marvel characters, minus the ones from my previous video. If you'd like to see the Incredible Hulk, Wolverine, or Iron Man, feel free to go to my channel and check out my online gameplay that I posted here a few days ago. I run with my three favorite characters, Wolverine being number one, number two being Iron Man, and number three, the Incredible Hulk. Um, and anyway, needless to say, people seem to like that video, so I figured I'd try to bring you some more. My guess is it's a new game, and people really just kind of want to see how it works and some of the characters, all of the characters playing. And so I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to bring you, like I said, the rest of the Marvel side of the game. Um, Marvel I'm most familiar with versus Capcom, who I'm not so familiar with. Um, this time we're doing Phoenix, Deadpool, and Doctor Doom. Um, as you can see, I didn't really get to go too far with Phoenix. I ended up getting KO'd and down to Deadpool and Doctor Doom. I was able to do fairly well. I like Deadpool quite a bit. He's just got a witty humor, and it comes across in the game. Um, and he's got some pretty cool moves with the dual swords and the dual guns. He's a lot of fun to play with. And Doctor Doom I did fairly well with as well. I enjoyed playing with him. He had some pretty cool special moves. Some good, giant lightning streaking across the screen. The game, this game is it's a lot of fun. It's fast paced. It's just non-stop. I mean, you really don't. This is pretty sweet. That's my favorite move. Dude jabs him in the toe with a freaking sword and then shoots him in the head. Deadpool's getting mad at the cameraman there for not recording the game. Little did he know that I was actually recording, so I don't know what he got all upset about, but evidently he was upset about something. This next round here, we're going to bring Captain America, Spider-Man, and Magneto. The small, agile are characters. They usually are the ones that I will lean towards. Although in this one, I would say Spider-Man, I had a rough time trying to kind of figure out how to use. Captain America, he was pretty sweet. Magneto, I didn't mind using him, but I never could get a long range move from him. So the Magneto play is probably not quite as interesting as it could be if I actually knew how to play these characters well. This is my first time playing all these guys. Like I said, a Hulk, Wolverine, Iron Man, I've played them a handful of times, but these are the first time that I've played these. I do try to do all their super special moves. Now, if you hold down the L1 and R1 button at the same time, it basically brings all of your characters in, and you do one huge super move. And like that one you saw just a second there, and they can, kind of turn the tide of the game if you get where you're down low and just having a hard time with one particular enemy. And you get a good hit with that. I mean, it can roll, get you friggin' anywhere between 10 and 60 hits. I mean, it's ridiculous, but depending on the combination of characters and who the three characters were that you chose to roll with, I'm sure you could do some major damage. Captain America, he's got a pretty cool little shield toss. Spider-Man, I figured out how to cocoon people in a web. But again, I try to bring all these guys in here, switch them out quite a bit just to give you an idea of each one and how they play, and how the game is played. There's a lot of jumping out of screen, so a lot of times you're kind of guessing where the character is where your opponent is that you're fighting. Um, so but like I said, you get to see a lot of the different moves that these guys and girls end up doing. I think this brings the second match to an end, and I got two more coming at you. This next group I'm not so familiar with. In fact, I really wasn't familiar with any of them, as far as not only uh, their moves, but also the characters themselves. I want to say that one dude. I don't even know. The one that I'm starting off with here, Dom. He's got these special punches. I mean, I will be honest; those things, they were pretty deadly, and one of the few things that I was consistently able to pull off. And I don't think they really blocked him too much. I mean, he's got that punch alone was a pretty powerful move, and it was fun, rolling with him. Just so you know, I guess I can kind of go over a few of the controls with you. Of course, the buttons, they're your basic punches and kicks, and I use the left pad to actually um, uh, do my moves. I think you can use the left analog stick as well, but the old school way, it was all done through the pad. So, like doing the down and towards your opponent and pressing one of the forward buttons would typically pull off a move. Going down and away from your opponent and pushing one of the buttons would typically pull off a super move. And like I said, holding down the right and left button, that would bring all three of your allies into the screen, and you would do one giant super move. You tap like L1 or tap R1, and I'm playing on a PlayStation 2, by the way. So if you tap L1 or tap R1, it'll bring one of your tag team partners in, and they'll give you a quick hit on your opponent just to kind of help you out, and then they'll jump back and leave. Now, if you hold those down, you'll actually switch out. If you hold down the L1, it will bring in one opponent. If you hold down the R1, it will bring in another opponent. Real quick, I just have to comment. Before, I don't know, I may be finished talking about all the controls, but the places that you actually fight, this one just cracks me up. I feel like I'm in a Lucky Charms commercial or something. I keep expecting a leprechaun to jump out and be like, "You've stolen my Lucky Charms." With the rainbow and the flowers. I hope wherever this is, it's not your superhero's home. But there are a lot of different places that you can play on this, if that's something that you're interested in seeing. If this ends up going well and the Capcom ends up coming into play, and we do some of those characters, or I try to do all of those characters, I'd be happy to kind of go through some of the worlds. I'd probably have to split it up into two different videos anyway, just due to length. So it may be a nice filler kind of going through and showing you the different arenas that you have to play in. That was a pretty sweet move there by Mr. Dr. Doom himself. But I'd be happy to show you some of those. I know there was quite a few to choose from. This group, I'm playing with She-Hulk, Storm, and Thor. She-Hulk, I don't know. She may have some really awesome moves, but I sure never found any. It was hard for me to get her to do much other than punch and kick. And Storm, I really like. And I think I've always liked, as far as the X-Men go, I've always liked all of them. So I would imagine that I could probably figure out some pretty cool moves from her. I ended up figuring out how to toss some tornadoes. I might have used some lightning or something with her. But I have fun playing with her. I didn't necessarily do great with her, but I did enjoy playing. Thor, he seemed to be a little slow and sluggish. You know, he's built, and I would have thought that he would have been a little faster than what he was. I think I finally end up figuring out some of his uh, like lightning moves here and on Doctor Doom, and I used that one a few times. Um, but all in all, I mean, out of the ones that I played, I'd have to say, you know, Deadpool is definitely um, one of my favorites. I, I and Captain America, I enjoyed playing with him, and Doctor Doom, I enjoyed playing with him. Here's one of the trifecta super moves. Like I said, I always try to show you as much of the moves as I can on each one of these. This one, I end up almost. I didn't play with that guy either. I forgot about him. Um, but I think I just about get all of these guys taken out before time runs out. This group, these three, ended up being the most difficult for me to play with, as far as not necessarily most difficult, but um, well, yeah, the most difficult for me to actually play with as a group. Usually on the other ones, there was one um, that I would find and kind of you know get on a roll with. Um, Finally did a slam there with She-Hulk. I think this one is actually coming to an end. I hope you all like this, and it kind of gives you a good clue of what to expect with this Marvel vs. Capcom game. Like I said, if you want to see Wolverine, Iron Man, or the Incredible Hulk in gameplay, feel free to go to my channel and check out the video. It's really short. I mean, maybe a few minutes. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to rate, comment, or subscribe. Thanks for watching, y'all. This is The Average Gamer, out. Take it easy.